Hello YouTube, Red to Green here again with another recap. Today is February 9th, 2022, and I made some money. I made an okay money. It was a lot better than I expected. I was expecting a dead market. The pre-market was dead. Actually, the stocks did move. Unfortunately, I missed out for most of that move, but I still was able to capitalize. I did get into the red. And by the way, click on the timestamps. You'll see the reveal on the PnL, and also you'll see each ticker symbol description and my analysis of it throughout what I traded today. So just an FYI. Anyway, the reveal of PnL is coming up, and we're up $102.69. Not a lot of money, but I'm glad to be green. And if you look at my chart, this is basically a representation of how my day went today, okay? I started right away into the green. I never went into the red. I was up $40, and then I gave it all back and some, right? I went into the negative. I believe I was about negative $5. Then I recovered, and I stayed around $20 for majority of the time. And you see this flat line here? That's actually when I wasn't able to trade. I still streamed live, but I wasn't trading. I had everything set up. I was just away from my workstation, and that's why you see this flat line. And guess what, guys? Majority of today moves happened from 10 a.m. until 11:30. That's a majority of the moves for the stocks I traded. All 5 stocks I traded, majority of the move happened between 10 and 11:30 a.m. today. And I missed it. So I had a little bit of FOMO coming in after that break I took, right? And I came in at around 11:15, 11:30-ish. And guess what happened? I had a little FOMO, right? And then I started trading. And guess what happened? I went into red. And I went into red about $5 again. So I gave everything up I had back. And then I tried to recover. I did recover. I got over my negative, right? That was up maybe $3-5. And then I went into the deeper red. So I was down about $20. I recovered. That was my trade. So I was flat again. And then I went down. And I went down. It was a larger loss. It was a multitude of trades that kind of combined into that negative $40 for me. So that's my negative. The max negative for the day was $40. And you know, it wasn't looking good. I was actually kind of telling myself, you know, that could be a red day, because I think I made a mistake and I have to pay for it, because I feel like that's what we all should do, pay for our mistakes. And sometimes we do. Sometimes we're dumb and lucky, right? But I FOMO'd in. I missed the majority of the move, and I still traded, and I paid for that mistake. And that was it. That was kind of like, okay. But then all of a sudden, we had TUP, DCFC, and PTON started to move. Okay, I'm like, okay, let's try that, and I started trading them. So thanks to these 3 stocks, I was actually able to recover and made over $100 on that recovery. So down up from negative 40 to $100, $102. So made what, $142 on that period of time, but maybe less than an hour, maybe an hour. So I kind of crossed that $100 mark, and that was a psychological point for me. I told myself, and I told everybody in chat and the live streams, like, you know what, I'm done. That's a psychological thing for me. So I ended it. Had 255 trades today, down from what I had yesterday, and I talked about it. I wanted to kind of keep that number lower. I should be lower than 250. You know, over trading could actually lead to consequences of losing money. Okay. Anyway, let's dive into each stock I traded today. So let's do DCFC. That's everybody's favorite today. And from 10 o'clock to about 11, it made majority of the move. It was, I believe it even halted. I don't know. I wasn't around, but it looks like it did halt. And yeah, that's definitely a moneymaker for most of the people. And unfortunately, I missed it. Got to be careful with it, because a lot of FOMO in this higher area, the 1650. I traded it on the second leg up when it started to crawl, and around after lunch, after 12:40, 12:45, I believe that's when it broke that 1780 area into the 19, and I traded that area, and I capitalized on it, made almost $100 at $99.67. I did increase my share size just a tad, and I think that kind of brought me up a little bit quicker from that red. So just got to be really careful with that, and watch out and manage that share size accordingly, of course, depending on the strength of the stock at that time and the moves that it's doing, right? One thing with DCFC today is when that stock doesn't move, when what I mean by doesn't move, when the breakout is 2-3 cents or 7 cents, I tend to lose on it. I tend to lose the 3-5 cents. Not a whole spread, because I get in right on that momentum. So that momentum pushes it, but it's just not enough to overcome even the spread, because the spread sometimes was 11-15 cents. And unfortunately, I got stuck in that rut of trading that DCFC. And that stock, I believe that's the stock that brought me down for overall for the day, together with PTON. And fortunately started to move, and that's where I made bulk of my money. When the stock is strong, when the momentum is strong, I capitalize, and I keep coming back to that, right? I keep talking about it, but that's the strongest, and that's the best time when I make money, is when the stock is strong. Just catching that momentum is that what drives the PnL for me, right? I'm not sitting there waiting for that stock to just move, hoping. I get in on that initial pop, and not only that, after that huge pop up, I'm actually looking for that continuation, because the initial burst of volume usually leads to a little bit of continuation, right? That momentum move, right? It takes some time for it to stop, to move. So that's where I want to capitalize. And DCFC actually gave us that, and fortunately gave us it, because I talked about it. It's one of those scenarios where, well, guess what? What if it didn't move after 12? That's actually bad. I would have been down $40, maybe even more, because I would probably keep trading. And who knew, if that trade that I made money on and that brought me back over that $0 into the positive territory, what if I lost on it, right? I would have been down probably another maybe $60. So gotta watch out for that. Just balance that scenario, and I feel like knowing when to stop is also important. Sometimes pushing it too far could lead to actually more losses. Next stock is MITQ. MITQ was actually on the pre-market watch. One of our members brought it up on a YouTube live chat, and I was watching it. It actually did a good pop initially, and I traded it really quick, and that was it. I didn't really have confidence because it wasn't on anybody's watch list a lot, so I didn't feel like a lot of people are going to be trading it. Plus, it's a sub $2 stock, so I wasn't expecting a lot of move. But then, looking at 1 minute bull flag setups, it was given sometimes even better moves than DCFC, considering there's a 1 cent spread, right, versus 10-11 cents spread on DCFC. But anyway, $5 only up. Nothing really much else going on with that stock. It was ranging for most of the day, so not a lot of movement. So glad to be up on it. Just another stock, just flat pretty much. Now, PTON. PTON has a little special, I guess, should have a special place today for analysis, because that stock actually got me and some. So I'm going to talk about it a little bit. I think, which pop was that? I think that was around here. Right here, probably 11 o'clock. Maybe no, 11 o'clock wasn't it. Anyway, it was a pop. Maybe it was around 11:36. I don't remember specifically, but what I'm trying to say is, I was scalping it, and I was kind of breaking even. I was making $5 here, $5 there, just losing $5. So it's kind of like flat overall in the trades. And all of a sudden, I was in this trade. I was hoping for that again, $5 move. And that thing just shut up, and it moved 40, to 60 cents, I believe. So I made, and I believe you see those little sharp increases on my chart. That's from a single trade, right? And that's exactly what happened. The Peloton and DCFC was exactly the same thing. I caught a couple of those moves on it, and that kind of like increases my PnL. And I feel like it's also my edge a little bit, because if you see my drops are tiny, right? You see the drops here, or they're smooth. And when you see the drop like this, like it's like a smooth curve down, what it means is I take a bunch of trades and they're all small losers over a period of time. That's why you see that curve. And on the opposite side, when you see the sharp picks like this, that's actually telling you that I lost a lot and I won a lot. So it's a different type of trading here, right? And the goal here is continue to win. And when the stock is strong, you'll see the sharp increase, right, in my PnL. And that's exactly what happens. When DCFC started to move, my PnL sharply increased. And so is Peloton. And Peloton, I was down, I believe, $40 on it or something. And I'm pretty much break even, so $3. So I did make, on one of the trades, I made money on, and then some. So it brought me back to green. So it actually tells you, right, that the significance and importance of momentum in stocks. When you could be down $40 over 3 hours worth of trading, in my case, right, is in my share sizes, and then with one trade, you can make it all back. Okay, as long as you keep your losses down, and in my case, it was happening, right? I was trading a lot, and I was only down $40 versus one trade that brought me back up to $3 positive. So anyway, that's Peloton. Next is Tesla. Tesla, actually, what I'm noticing more and more, it doesn't make sense to trade Tesla later in the day, because the moves are not really clear. And by clear, they're breakouts, but it's flushes. You see, like for example, let's take these 2 5-minute candles. Okay, it's up and it's down the same, so it's like pretty much flat. Might as well, within 10 minutes, the stock did nothing. So that's what those two candles mean, pretty much. And what I noticed, when you go further out, the candles and breakouts are a lot smaller, right? And the setups are not as clear anymore. And I don't know if it's because algo's taking over, or people just not interested in it anymore or something. And like here, that 1 minute setup up, yeah, it was good, but fishing for it would probably costed me all of that move, right? So I guess where I'm going with this is Tesla is very good initially. Look for those early setups, early within 2 hours, maybe, first 2 hours at least, hour and a half, maybe an hour. Those early setups, the 5-minute setup, the 1 minute setups, they're the important ones, I feel like, on Tesla, large caps overall, right? That's when you can actually maybe capitalize and capture some of the momentum. Today, unfortunately, I didn't. I traded with 25 shares at some point, and I was up on Tesla, and then I started giving back, and 25 shares at the point loss, that's your $25 right here. So anyway, not happy about it. Couldn't read Tesla today. And I'm noticing this trend with large caps. One day is green, one day is red. One day is green, one day is red. And I feel like it's a good addition to my portfolio in terms of trading, because I notice when I'm green on low floaters and I go to Tesla, I'm red on it, so it's kind of balance it out. And sometimes when I'm green on Tesla and I'm green on low floaters, my PnL for the day is a little higher. So I guess it's good to have that balance and ability, but I don't know, still need the little refinement. Next stock is TUP, Tupperware. I believe someone mentioned it in chat. Yeah, it is Tupperware. And we actually talked about it, and we were like curious, what happened there? Did people start freezing their food, the leftovers? What happened, anyway, that stock actually, it wasn't bad for me today. I made $23 on it, but the moves were kind of tiny. And I didn't capitalize on that initial move. I was trading it. I was hoping for that momentum continuation, but all I was catching is this little, 5 center moves, and a lot of those fake outs that I was capturing as well. And I was flat for most of it, and then I think towards the end of the day, when I before I stopped trading, I captured one of the decent moves, like a 10-13 cent mover, and that kind of brought me over $100, and that was the last trade I took on TUP. It brought me over $100, and I told the guys, you know what, I'm done for the day. $100. It was a difficult day. I was in a rut for most of it. I was busy. I missed most of the move. I FOMO'd. I paid for it, and I'm just thankful to be up over $100 today. So I ended it there. But anyway, guys, please subscribe. Please hit the thumbs up. I'm trying to do these recaps. I'm not trading tomorrow, so tomorrow I'm gonna have the no trade video. I'll try to trade on Friday, even though it looks busy too. So maybe next week I'll talk to you. Maybe on Friday. Probably on Friday. I try my best to do it on Friday. But if I don't talk to you over the weekend, have a good weekend, and talk to you on Monday. In whoever I'm gonna talk on Friday, then I'll talk on Friday. All right, guys. Take care.